back, everyone. We're day 2, cooking in the kitchen with Kate. Today's snack, these are kind of big snacks, but it comes from Zimbabwe. We talk about Zimbabwe today in our stories, and so we're gonna make Sadza with Tsunga. Sadza is a thick paste-like porridge made of mealy meal, white cornmeal. White cornmeal here. The staple dish of Zimbabwe. Sadza, meat and leafy vegetables, is eaten by most people almost every day for lunch, dinner, or both. This recipe pairs sadza with a sauteed greens, but for more of a lunch, you could add a stewed, boiled, or grilled meat, or for a snack, it could go with peanut butter. Kate and I were like, peanut butter?
Interesting.
Yeah. Be cautious of food allergies, though, if you're allergic to peanuts of any kind. But you could also use jam or buttermilk. So I'm curious, I do not understand this one, but we're gonna see how it goes. And we're also gonna make half of the amount that is in the recipe that I've shared with you. So we're halving all the ingredients. So we have 3 cups boiling water ready to go. We're gonna do, we'll go through the ingredients and then we'll start putting them together. We have the cup of water. We're gonna use 2.5 cups of the white cornmeal. For the tsunga, the mustard greens, we used some chopped leafy greens. So there, we couldn't find any mustard greens. We have some mushrooms right there, and garlic, and Worcestershire. Oh, I do have Worcestershire. Hold on, guys.
Somewhere.
Yeah, here it is. Worcestershire. It's nothing.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. It looks a little rough, but it's okay. Anyway, salt and oil. Oil's there. Salt. All right. So we're gonna start with, and Kate's gonna kind of help me do this here. She's gonna start in this medium pan. She's gonna put the 1 cup of cold water, and then a half of cup of the cornmeal. I think this means, I'm reading this here, and it says, and half cup of the cornmeal. Slowly add the boiling, stirring well to prevent lumps.
And this is into the cold water?
Yeah, but it says it's, so we're gonna need 1 1/4 of a cup of that. Because I think this is, so we're gonna do 1 whole cup and then we'll get 1/4 of a cup. Because we're halving this recipe. And I think it's, oh, nope. Yep, slow down here, Kate. So we're gonna do, it says half of that. So let's do 1/4 of the cup right now. You can leave that cup there. Let's get another 1/4 out. See, we're learning as we go here too, guys. There's 1/4 of a cup. So we'll put the whole cup in a little bit, but we're gonna do the 1/4 of a cup in that water right now in the cold water. Okay. Yep, go ahead and pour that in.
I'm just waiting to make
Oh yeah, she's doing a good job. And we're gonna, I guess, well, you know, we need something to stir this, so. Yeah, perfect. She's got a spatula here. So you wanna stir that up, and then we're gonna, this is definitely, since we're using the stove, you need to have an adult around, or, you know, if you know that you're able to do it, that's fine, but this is, you'll probably need some help. And we're gonna slowly add the boiling water, stirring well to prevent lumps. Do you want me to help you, Kate, while you're stirring? She's got it. Okay, so you get, whoop. That was really boiling, huh? So, I'm not quite certain how that would really be lumpy because it seems a little like,
Well, at first when I put it in the cold water, it was kind of lumpy, but and then do we add more?
yeah, we'll have to add more, but just be prepared, guys. This may not really go well. Okay, this guy's not light enough, so let's go back over. Oh, yeah, there he goes. There we go. Okay. So, it says heat at medium heat, stirring constantly until the mixture begins to thicken. So you're gonna have to wait and let it thicken here. Wow.
Do we add any more cornmeal?
Yeah, we will. After, it says here, we have to let it, I think maybe add, if you make sure you get this full right here, you can let the second go, and then add that, so it's a full 1 cup. Okay, we're improvising a little bit here.
Do I put it in?
Oh, you know what? We messed this up. Okay, let's go back to, let's just make this full amount that we said. So let's get another 1/4 a cup of that, and we'll put that in because I forgot to half the water. So put another 1/4 a cup of this, so we'll follow the rules here.
I was gonna ask you if you half the water, but I just trusted you.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't, so with the 3 cups either, so.
Should we just start the video?
No, should we? No, I'm not gonna.
So put this in?
Yep. Okay, so we're going back for the sadza, the cornmeal, or the, porridge-like part. We're making that the full amount. The other part we'll just half. So we'll just let that cook for a while. While we're doing that, maybe we could do this part. Maybe not. We'll do the mustard greens, the Tsunga. So we need the 2 bunches of, so it says heat oil in a large frying pan. So we're gonna turn this on.
I can't tell. I think it's
Okay, so this says you're gonna need, holy smokes, 6 tablespoons of oil. But we're halving that, so should we do 3 tablespoons? 3 tablespoons of oil, we'll try that. Okay, I am not always the best in the kitchen, so, okay, so we'll need 6 of those, and that's a half of a tablespoon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna heat that up, and it says, after this gets heated a little bit, oh, look at here. This is thickening up. Guess that's what happens when you add the right amount of ingredients. So we're gonna turn this down a little bit here. And that's gonna simmer about 15 minutes. So we could do kitchen timer. Start. Okay, we got 15 minutes on that. It's supposed to cook, so we'll keep stirring that. We'll work on this. This is getting heated up. And then this fry pan over here. And it says we're not adding the cornmeal until after, the rest of the cornmeal until after it simmers for about, so when we simmer, we better pull it right way down to low. Still there, yep. Perfect. Okay, I think we're ready to start working on this, Kate. So we're gonna add the mushrooms. Perfect. And then we need 1 teaspoon of garlic.
Dusty.
You know, it's been in this kitchen for a while. You can just rinse it under the. As like, I'm sure all of you, there's all kinds of changes going around here because no one's been here. Oh, and 1 teaspoon of, could you get 1 teaspoon of garlic too, please? Thank you. No, yeah, that's half of it, because I think it did say 2. So good thing Kate's keeping me on my toes, because I need the help always. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire, or however you say that. Is that hard for you guys to say that word too? Is it all? Oh, yeah. And we're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to come over here while Kate's doing that. I'm going to stir our Sadza. This is the Tsunga and this is the Sadza. What would you guys think of having the same meal every day? It sounds like they have some variations of it. Perfect. And so we're gonna saute the mushrooms until they're golden brown.
If you could eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Yeah, what would that be, guys? That is a great question. That might be one of our questions. I think that is our conversation during snack today. Where's the one you just rinsed off the? Oh yeah, we'll have her kind of stir these around. I'm gonna wait till they're golden brown.
I think mine would be salad.
Sour. Salad. I think so too. Salad's a good choice because you can vary it. If you say salad, you can really make it different.
So like chicken salad.
Yeah. I think there's an unlimited amount of ways.
And it's healthy.
That's a good idea. I like that, Kate. I'm with you. I think this is also when I hear up here that they use all different kinds of meats with this.
Yeah.
They use peanut butter, jam, or buttermilk. I think that it sounds like, gosh, that would kind of get old, but it sounds to me like they have a lot of ways to vary this up. Let that cook a little longer and check on our Sadza.
I think this one had some
Little specks in it. Maybe it's just a cornmeal. Now, I don't think this looks like it's going to have a whole lot of flavor, but I would imagine it probably gets its flavor from...
Do we put the rest of the cornmeal in here, or does it go in that?
No, it's going to go in there. It says remove the lid and gradually add the remaining cornmeal, stirring to prevent lumps. It will become very thick and hard to stir. Heat thoroughly on low for several minutes covered.
Do you think this tastes like anything?
I think it's, I just was saying, I think it will take the taste, you know, like it gets its flavor probably with this. It's probably like a toast in some way, you know, toast, it can be, it's flavored with butter or jam or peanut butter or avocado, honey, yeah.
Ooh, avocado.
You know, I think avocado's like that too. It takes on the flavor of other things. But I don't know. I've never had Sadza with Tsunga. Have any of you guys?
Bonus points. You have.
I've never been to Zimbabwe. Have any of you guys? Have you, Kate?
No. I'll go though.
I know. I think this stuff all is very interesting to me. Lots to learn out in the world.
What is there's one country that eats baked beans for breakfast.
Yeah, like they have rice and beans with everything. Or no, not rice and beans, but...
No, that's just, they eat like baked beans for like
Really?
breakfast.
You guys, can you guys Google that for us and look that up? Who has beans for breakfast?
It's like their thing.
How many more minutes? We got 9 minutes over here. I think those look pretty golden brown. What do you think, Kate?
Yep.
So at this point, we're going to add the greens. The greens, I didn't, you know, more recently I've cooked and added greens, you know. I'm used to just eating them cold like a salad.
So those go into the...
And they're going to probably get wilted down, you know. The recipe called for 2 bunches of these greens, and I only did 1. And we did wash our hands.
With our soap we made.
Yeah, the soap we're making here is right. Perfect. Let's stir that in.
I don't think I've ever cooked, I mean like besides spinach, I don't think I've ever cooked like a different, like another lettuce.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I think now I say that I've done kale a lot lately.
Oh yeah.
Kale can go in about anything. Kale's another thing I think that takes on flavor of other things.
I tried kale for the first time
What'd you
the other
think?
day. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I even like did the oil, like to break it down.
And it was just not.
It wasn't my thing.
I've tried the kale chips with the different seasoning, and they're pretty good.
I had it with sweet potatoes on it
yeah.
and a dressing I made.
Yum.
Looks colorful.
So the one thing I'm getting from this though is that I'm wondering if these are things that I'm assuming that I've never been in Zimbabwe, but these are things that they have around because that would make it so that everybody could eat them. you know,
Things that grow.
right, and are easily, they could get,
Accessible.
yep. So I'm sure there's different levels of fancy Sadza with Tsunga, you know, and not so fancy, but everybody gets their favorites. So yeah, that lettuce is really cooking down. This simmer for about 15 minutes. See, it's kind of bubbly. It's on very, very low. It's okay. We're slowly gonna add this as you're stirring because it sounds like it's gonna get really thick. And I am so curious about this. We were both saying just a little bit ago that it makes us think of grits, and Kate says it reminds her of just plain rice cooking. The smell of it, it looks, the consistency is like like, to me, it reminds me of like grits or I think grits, a cream of wheat, but that makes sense. They said it gets really hard to stir, or you know, thick. Low battery on my phone.
Feels like it's getting like less of it. Doesn't look like there's like less of it now.
Yeah, because it's not spread out like liquidy. Kate's gonna get that really stirred in well, and I guess we have to let it cook, you know, sit here on low for after this for several more minutes.
Now it looks like mashed potatoes, kind of.
Yeah, it does. That's a very good. Now I'm understanding. We're just also trying to wonder about where you put the peanut butter or the jam or whatever. I'm gonna have to do some research on this. You guys should look it up too. Google Sadza and Tsunga. Okay, let's let it. Oh, we're supposed to put a lid on it, so we'll put a lid on it. We'll check back in a few minutes. Oh, before we get our lid on here, I'm gonna show you here some of the mushrooms and the greens that we'll add to it. I guess we add to it, you know, put it together. Not that this is gravy, but if we're thinking of potatoes, it's kind of like potatoes are great. Yeah, that's good enough. Cover it up for several minutes and we'll check back and show you guys. Okay, so here's our done Sadza and our Tsunga. And we're gonna experiment. Kate's not a mushroom eater, so she's more than willing to try that. I like both of them, so I'll try them both. But we're anxious to see how yours turns out, how you try it, and what you do with it, and if you like it. Enjoy.